Don't try too hard to be family, you'll seem like a desperate soap character. Jingmin thought, that client is so clingy. On her way home, she entered the elevator when a large hand suddenly reached in. Though just a neighbor from the same floor, Jingmin instantly felt like the heroine in elevator terror. When the elevator dinged, she let the neighbor out first, ensuring he wasn't tailing her, before sheepishly creeping toward her front door. Recently, Jingmin's off, even the boss noticed. She got a friendly nudge, smarten up, stopped zoning out. Working late, she took the last bus. Unexpectedly, her client met her, grabbing her hand excitedly to chat. Jingmin casually said no, which set off this hothead. Just then, her boss car swooped in like a knight in shining. She drove off the client, had her boss take her home. But then bam! Power cut, and the doorknob moved again. Jingmin's palms sweated in fear, then she found her boss at the door. Seeing it dark, he decided to check the circuit. Boss quickly fixed the curious blackout, only to accidentally spot some men's underwear. To express her gratitude, she suggested he stay for a cup of coffee. Subtitle: but she had never revealed her apartment number. How in the world could her boss possibly know her address? She pretended to go buy coffee, but in reality, she called the police for help. Surprise! Upon opening the door, she found her boss dead on the doorknob. With no one else home, Jingmin became the prime suspect. Captain Teng brandished the death photo of her boss, turning up the heat on Jingmin. She thought, talk about a raw deal. Filing the report was just the men's underwear at her place. Evidence of her accomplices. Yet, the team found nothing. After a day in confinement, Jingmin was released. Back, she sensed odd looks from colleagues. The boss advised a vacation. No work focus. She was determined to solve the home oddity. She asked security to check every corner. Nothing turned up, but Jingmin's anxiety lingered. Once the security left, she discovered a keycard hiding under a shell. Check neighbors from the top floor. A door may reveal a weirdo. After half an hour, one door swung open. Hello? But surprise! The owner was thus filled the room. The toilet was a mess, clearly uninhabited for ages. A photo hung on the wall. It was her old client. After digging into his spending history, she saw he popped into the convenience store every day. Subtitles: arrives after 1 p.m. daily, spending $3,200. Time's up, they rushed to the store to meet him. But to their surprise, he never showed, just rapidly checked out and jetted out. The guy dashed out of the store and they quickly took off after him. But before they knew it, they lost track of their time. Up ahead was a fork in the road, so they split up, hoping for some luck. Jingmin found a rundown house with a creepy door mark. She took a breath and tried the keypad. After several failed tries, she nearly gave up. But spotting a lock like hers, she tried her code once more. Sneaking inside, she dialed her best friend, unaware that her friend wasn't able to pick up due to her own troubles. Hearing a noise from the bedroom, she nervously pushed the door open, only to find a girl tied to the bed, with her wrist dangling a suspicious bag of some. Jingmin's heart skipped. She intended to call the police, but a stranger returned. She hung up, held her breath, and hid under the bed. The man's phone dropped, making Jingmin's heart leap. Fortunately, he just bent down to pick it up, completely missing her in the corner. He spoke softly to the girl while extracting a syringe of unknown drugs, and then injected it. She started shaking violently. Hearing he had a new target living right below that girl, Jingmin couldn't help but cry. While the guy temporarily stepped out, she snuck from under the bed, but he caught her in the act, forcing her to hide behind the door. She saw the girl's brutally broken legs, obviously from a failed escape. Upon hearing sirens, she cautiously moved to the door. The door was within easy reach. She sprinted towards it with all her might, thinking, "You really don't get hit, do you?" She rushed away, but the man was hot on her heels, and with nowhere to hide in this familiar terrain, she screamed for help. But the nearby neighbors were too busy minding their own business to help, and she was left to flee for her life. Spotting a half-open roll-up door, she ducked inside, while the man paused for a moment before leaving. Planning to seize the moment, she was blindsided when the man reappeared, crushing her hopes. Subtitles: her best friend arrived just in time to fight, but the man overpowered her. Jingmin couldn't escape fate. In a twist of fate, a police car happened to pass by. Her friend shouted for help, and that finally sent the man, but Jingmin's tears kept flowing, unable to shake off the trauma. When Captain Teng asked them for evidence, they had none to provide. Clearly, wrapping things up would be easier said than done. "I was just putting on gloves." "Oh no, does that make me the criminal?" Bring it on. Then that was ages ago, leaving Captain Teng in disbelief. And just like that, the trail went cold. Luckily, a teammate found the girl's body. She was holding Jingmin's business card. From that card, the police traced her old client down had been stalking Jingmin. He was nearby on the night of the crime too. To top it off, he wore a vintage watch matching Jingmin's. Talk about obvious evidence. Unfortunately, lacking solid proof, he was acquitted. Just in case, Jingmin decided to move to a new place. Yet her friend called to celebrate the move, unaware that the client had already tracked down her old address. He was asking the security for Jingmin's whereabouts, while her phone was totally switched off.